Okay, Ryan, this is the saxophone video. I will be with Colton Peters again, and we'll be using a tenor sax because that's all I currently have available to me because I forgot to pick up a saxophone. So, the saxophone.
Yeah.
As always, ensure that the case is on something flat. It's currently on my bed, not on the floor, just so it's a little bit elevated. In a band setting, generally you're not going to have something to set this on, so it would probably be on the floor. The saxophone has a couple of different locking mechanisms. Not all the cases have the same one, but this one has latches. You want to make sure that when the latch comes up, it falls down. Like the latch will point towards the floor.
Okay.
If it's the other way, then the latch, how do I say this? And the latch had to go up, like it was pointing towards the ceiling when it was unlocked. When you opened it, everything would fall out. So you want to make sure that the latch opened up and then falls straight down. And that'll happen with all of them. That's just these ones though. Again, there's different types of latches. So, this is a tenor saxophone. It's a little bit bigger than an alto, a little bit smaller than a baritone. This is your neck strap, and I don't think I have my better neck strap. Oh, I do. We're going to use this one. Because this one is a padded neck strap. This is a Neotech. The way this works is you see how one part of it's curved and one part of it's straight?
Yeah.
The curved part goes around your back, and the flat part goes against your neck. You're going to open it up. I'm just going to sit right there, okay? So, the second thing, or the first thing, these are kind of interchangeable. This is a saxophone reed. Before you even start setting this up, you put it flat on your tongue, like that, and then you just put it in your mouth, and you let it kind of absorb your spit and saliva because you want it to kind of loosen up.
I see.
I won't stick it in my mouth. This is a new one, so I'll wait until you get to your setup process, but that'll be the first thing you do when you get there.
Sweet.
The next thing you're going to do is this is the body of the saxophone, and this is the bell of the body.
Gotcha.
You're going to grab the bell like this. It's the easiest part to hold, and you're going to locate this thing.
Okay.
This is called the ring or the hook. It's just what this goes on.
I see.
So the neck strap connects to that, and it'll keep it so all the pressure stays right here rather than you having to hold the saxophone up.
Okay.
Next, we're going to take the neck. This is this type of neck. There's a couple of other different necks. They may not look similar depending on the one you play. This is the octave mechanism. It's what moves when you go from the lower register to the upper register. And this right here is an octave mechanism pin. This goes inside of this. So when you put the neck on, you compress this so it opens. And you slide it in so that it's on top of the mechanism. Then this screw gets tightened. And what that does is it makes it so it doesn't wiggle around. Next, you have the mouthpiece and the ligature. First, you're going to grab the mouthpiece by the thick end on the back. You're going to hold it nice and firm, and you're going to support the neck. And you're just going to very carefully twist it back and forth until it's on. And you want to ensure that this flat bit faces down because that's what your mouth is going to go on.
Okay.
Until your bottom lips are going to go on. Next, you're going to take this boy. And this, certain ligatures are different. This one, these nuts face up. Sorry, not the nuts, but the screws face upwards. Other ones have a groove right here, and they face down and they hold the reed.
Okay.
So you might run into a different ligature. Now, the last step is with the reed. You take the reed. There's a thinner part that you play on, and there's a thicker part that's held by the ligature. And then there's a flat part, and there's a concave part. You're going to take this, and you're going to loosen these up a little bit. And then with your thumb, you're going to slide it forward, right? So there's a little bit of a gap right there now.
Yeah, I see.
You take the flat part and the thick part first. You very carefully slide it in. And you want to line the curved part of the front of the reed with the curved part of the front of the mouthpiece. And you carefully slide the ligature back and just tighten a little bit. Okay? And that's how you set up a saxophone.
Okay.
So we're going to get that far. I'm going to unset everything. You're going to start with this in your mouth, flat on your tongue. Perfect. A little bit more. You want to get quite, there you go. So I'll put that there. Put that in there. Now the reverse of this, we loosen this. And we firmly grasp this, now take that out. grab it by the bell, take the strap off, set it carefully in the shape of the case. I think this is a secondary case because this saxophone doesn't fit very well in this case, but most of them go for it. And then the neck strap comes off, and when you go to pack it up, it goes right back in that slot. So now it's your turn. So first, we grab the neck strap. Perfect. Beautiful. Perfect. Now at this point, you can tighten the neck if you want to. Because you notice at this point, it spins rather freely. Mm-hmm. But when you get it all tightened down...
Oh, I think it was strap.
No.
I see.
Now it doesn't spin as freely.
I see.
And you want to make sure that the pin, I didn't mention this, but you want the pin to line up mostly in the center of this curve. Oh, otherwise, if it's too far off to the side, this will like stay open. You don't want that.
I see.
Make sure the reed stays in your mouth so it doesn't get chipped during the process.
Oh.
Now, one other thing, you have the ligature in one hand and the mouthpiece in the other. You want one hand up here holding the neck and one hand holding the mouthpiece. So I'll take the ligature from you.
Okay.
I'll just set it right back there.
I didn't go all the way.
So when we get to the tuning part, if you're too sharp or too flat, you can either push in or pull out. So you get it to about medium where it feels comfortable, and you'll learn about where you want it as you play the saxophone more. But for now, that'll work. So now the fat part goes... Oh, I didn't explain this very well. Ligature has two sides. It has a fatter part, and it has a thinner part. Mm-hmm. You can tell, really, if you look at it from this angle. Mm-hmm. The fat part goes on first, because these are not cylindrical. They convex, so they go out. So the fat part goes on first.
Okay.
So remember with the other hand to put your thumb and push it up.
I see. Boom, looking at like something like this, right?
Beautiful. Now you can tighten the ligature a little bit so that everything stays in place. And you want to tighten the back one first so that it like holds it. Think of the back one as the security and the top one as like the adjuster. And that looks good. So long as the reed isn't just like flying off, that's pretty much your like perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so now with this neck strap and with any neck strap, you want to make sure that you tighten it or loosen it so that the instrument naturally comes right to your mouth.
Now is this loosened all the way?
It is loosened all the way. This is an alto sax.
So that seems good for me though. So
yeah. So now with your hands, there's a little thumb guard back here on your right hand that you've already got it in perfect. And now your left hand, your thumb goes on this dot, and that will stay there unless you change octaves. But for now, we're not going to worry about that.
I see.
We're just going to live in this comfortable. You can kind of see how it lives really comfortable when you have your two thumbs. So I'm going to have you make the F sound. Go. You see how your lip naturally rolls over your teeth? Mm-hmm. That's the shape that you want. You want, and then you want to pretend like all this is drawstring, and then it tightens like a drawstring.
Yeah.
Yep. So now you want your top lip or your top teeth on the top of the mouthpiece.
I got it.
Yep. So you can put about that much of the mouthpiece in, and then those lips go. And now say ta.
Ta.
Like. Do a couple more tries. Oh, you see how you got air to come through now?
Yeah.
So you're starting to get to the right point. So if there's no air coming through, your embouchure is too tight, or you don't have enough mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. And so let's try that. Let's add a little bit more mouthpiece. Okay, try loosening it just a little bit. Oh, there it is. Now, as you do this, make sure that you do keep this lower lip engaged. Like you want all your pressure to come from the tightness of this lip. Perfect. So that was too tight, so try loosening just a little bit. Now loosen it even more. You see how it got harder again? There's like too little, too much sweet spot. So you kind of, for starting to like dial it in, just keep giving it tries on both ends. Beautiful. So now the next thing we're going to do, and this will be the last thing we do just because I know you have to get ready for work. The same with the clarinet. The only exception is that the thumb isn't an actual key unless you press the octave. Like there's no hole you have to cover. Like you remember how you had to like really specify that you were covering that hole in order to make a new note? With this one, you just have this black finger hold. And then you have, I'll help you hold it so you can look. You have pearls on the front. There's a pearl here, there's a pearl here, and there's a pearl here. These ones do different things, so you don't have to use these ones, but you're going to use that one on top, that one, and that one. So I'll let you put your thumb there with that hand. And then you can watch your fingers curl over and press that one, that one, that one. There you go. So that's the finger, and then you don't have to worry about this hand for now. So let's just do first finger. Perfect. So because of that squeal, we know that we're too tight. So try to loosen the arms for a little bit. Ooh, you're close. Perfect. So at this point, I'm going to have you let go of that first finger and try open again. So you see how it doesn't sound as good as it did before? I think it's because you don't have enough mouthpiece. So try adding just a little bit more mouthpiece. Beautiful. So when we have too little of it, we're only playing on a certain section of the reed, and it's really hard to get it to vibrate correctly. So we just move it. Think of it like a seesaw. If the seesaw is really short, it's not fun. But the farther back we make it, the better vibrations we can get. But obviously, if it's too far out, then it's like not fun again. So there's also a sweet spot to how much mouthpiece you want in your mouth. So now we're starting to discover kind of where we want it. Try a little bit less mouthpiece. Let's see. Yeah, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't, you can accidentally press this octave key, and you'll see right here, this will either open or this guy will open, which can cause an air leak. Try again. I misled you. It's the one below it. I'm sorry. Beautiful. Do it again. Yeah, can you add that second finger? So 1, 2. Yep, those ones. Now the third finger. Yeah, so you've got the basic idea. So now we're going to work in reverse and put it away. So that would be like today's lesson. So now, when we go to put it away, we can put this hand down here to support it and kind of let it dangle. And the first to go on is the first to come off. So the last to go on is the first to come off. So the reed was the last to go on. So we're going to take the reed off first. Perfect. And then here's this. You generally don't want to store them in these, but because I go through so many reeds, that's just what I have at the moment. Perfect. And then you just push it down. Perfect. So I'll take that because that goes in my repair stuff. Beautiful. And then when you store your mouthpiece, I didn't show you this because I didn't realize it was in here because I didn't see it. But these are reed covers. And when you take your mouthpiece off at the end, you put the ligature back on, and you slide this whole thing into there, and it protects everything. So now the neck. Oh, keep the saxophone on the neck strap. And take the neck off next. This guy.
I see.
There you go. You might have to loosen the
That
screw.
makes more sense.
and then it's gonna go opposite of what you think. There you go. It's a reverse threaded screw. I don't know why it's on there, but works for me, I guess.
Use what did you use?
Perfect. And now you can hold it by, and there you go. Now you can take it off. You can go ahead and set the saxophone back in the case. And now it's closed. Beautimous. Thank you very much.